And I don't want people to hate on what we do or have a misunderstanding of the jobs that we do.
The influencer economy has gotten really big in recent years as brands look for new ways to find shoppers. A lot of those influencers are also starting their own businesses, and I'm here with three of them today. Tiff Benson, Tricia Chen, and Christophe North. Welcome. What do you say to the people who think you don't have real jobs? Because there's plenty of those haters out there who think you just walk around taking photos, going to countries, taking vacations. But what do you say to those people?
I do feel on some level that's part of the influencer's fault because we share a lot of our highlights and maybe not enough of like the bad stuff.
The real stuff.
Right? The real stuff.
I came across someone who was surprised that I have a college degree and I have a master's degree. Because to them, they think if you have those, then why are you doing this? And I think that was the first time I was like, wow, they think that people do this because they don't have other choices.
Influencing is a privilege too. It's also a lot of responsibility for us, I think, to kind of educate ourselves about how the audience feels and the perception so that we can change that. Because I want to stay in this industry, you know, and I don't want people to hate on what we do or have a misunderstanding of the jobs that we do, especially because we work so hard at what we do.
In this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 fragrances that I wore this week. So if you want to hear what they are.
How do you decide what brands to work with and who's a good fit?
It's really about, I think about, at least for influencers, I think about we really have 3 things. It's probably the best paid media that you can think of, right? We have authenticity, we're tribe leaders, right, of our content, of target segments of what we have, and then we have the capability to drive purchase intent. I already have the target market already set for you. I have authenticity set up for you. So a brand, any product or service or brand that wants to talk to that market segment, I'm the person that, you know, that I would want to partner with.
And I'm looking at 3 people of color who have found success as influencers. How has that journey been?
So I think you're challenged through a lot of things, right? You know, whether you're in a corporate office, whether you're an influencer, I think you still have those same challenges. And just your diversity is probably key, right? You have to be able to tell a story about yourself. Use that diversity for positive change, right?
When I attended events, I would realize that I'm the rep for diversity. And you can tell because there's selected certain type of people who are placed there or invited maybe just so that they reach that.
You just check the box.
Yes. So I think when it's too hardcore in finding those the check boxes, then it becomes actually less authentic.
I think there needs to be more women like me, especially of color, who just say, you know what, I am who I am. And if I get a brand deal, it's because they genuinely love me.
All right, the influencer economy has been in full swing for like 2 or 3 years now, like really hardcore. The big brands are putting their marketing budgets behind it. Do you think this is gonna keep going? They're gonna leave this spigot on?
Well, I hope so. That's our hope, right?
Yeah.
But also at the end of the day too, I do diversify amongst my platforms. Again, I'm a YouTuber and I also have monetized my Instagram, blog. I think it's important because if something fails in that regard, then what, right? That's a big conversation that's happening right now. Then what? What if that happens? And I'm prepared for it.
I think like any other industries, it will definitely change. It will shift in different gears. I don't think it will necessarily disappear within the next decade or so.
You know, it's at the end of the day, it's still paid media, right? And it's probably the best paid media that you can probably have. And what's the evolution of that? It's going to be some way or some fashion where you can still get some authenticity, right? Where you can still get someone that's talking about a very specific product or service or industry based on segments. So it's just what does that look like become, 10 years from now?